Greetings learners, this is module 3 of unit 2 mineralogy. In this module we will be seeing quartz and feldspar group of minerals. My name is Sarath Kumar T. In this module first we will be seeing a brief introduction to common rock forming minerals. After that, in quartz and feldspar group of minerals we will see about its chemical composition, atomic structure, isomorphism, polymorphism, physical properties, weathering, occurrences and uses. First, common rock forming minerals. As we see in the previous videos, our earth crust is mainly made up of oxygen, silicon, silicon. Those combined together called as silicates, and in minimum quantity carbonates, phosphates and sulfates are there. So it is necessary to know about the common minerals which actually make up different rocks and their properties. This knowledge helps to assess the suitability of different rocks for any given purpose. Most of the rocks are formed from minerals, silicates, oxides, carbonates, phosphates, sulfates in greatly diminished importance. Means most of the rock forming minerals are silicates only, with minimum percentage from oxides, carbonates, phosphates and sulfates. So first we will see about silicates. The basic atomic structure is SiO4, one part of silica and 4 parts of oxygen. It is tetrahedron in nature. This SiO4 unit has a nature of occurring either alone or in different combinations. Based on such occurrences, silicate group minerals are classified into neosilicates. Means this SiO4 unit, this tetrahedron unit occurs alone. Example, olivine mineral. Some silicates. Here SiO4 occurs in pairs, malachite. Inosilicates. This is one of the main group of silicates. SiO4 occurs as chains having more growth of minerals along one direction. It occurs as a chain. If it occurs in a single chain, it is called single chain silicates. Examples are pyroxenes. Whereas if it occurs in double chain, it is called double chain silicates. Example, amphiboles. The other thing is cyclosilicates. This SiO4 occurs in a ring structure. Example, tourmaline. Similarly, you have phyllosilicates. These are sheet silicates, mineral growth in two directions. In inosilicates, you have mineral growth in only one direction, whereas in phyllosilicates, you have mineral growth in two directions. Example, mica and talc. The last one is tectosilicates. Here, the three-dimensional framework give rise to equidimensional growth of a mineral. Example, feldspar and quartz. So, based on the nature of how this SiO4 unit occurs, the silicates are classified into the following types: neosilicates, somsilicates, inosilicates, cyclosilicates, phyllosilicates and tectosilicates. These silicate minerals of common occurrence are also grouped as felsic and morphic minerals. These felsic minerals are also called salic minerals having high silica content. This includes quartz, feldspars, feldspathites, muscovite, mica. These are generally light in color and of low specific gravity and comparatively late crystallization products of magma. The other group is morphic group, which is also called as phamic or ferromagnesium minerals. As the name suggests, it contains iron and magnesium proportionates. It includes pyroxenes, amphiboles, olivines, biotite mica, iron oxides, etc. These morphic groups are generally dark colored, heavier, richer in iron and magnesium, and comparatively early crystallization products of magma. So this slide is very important. Almost 80% of rock forming minerals are given in this slide. Rock forming minerals are given in these slides, and these are the only minerals we are going to study in this unit as part of silicate groups. The first group is feldspars. Felsic mineral group, feldspars. Feldspars again subdivided into two classes: alkali feldspars and lime feldspars. Alkali feldspars, if it resembles in crystal growth is orthorhombic, it is called as orthoclast, whereas if it resembles monoclinic or triclinic systems, it is called a microcline. As you have seen, both orthoclast and microcline have same chemical composition, but the crystal form is different. So obviously it exhibits different physical properties. The next one is lime feldspars, which is also called as plagioclase feldspars. This type of feldspars exhibits isomorphism character between albite and anorthite. These plagioclase feldspars have chemical composition from albite to anorthite. The other group, morphic mineral groups, contains pyroxene group, which occurs commonly in igneous rocks. One of the pyroxene is not a mineral; it is the name given to a group of minerals having similar composition. In the most common occurring mineral in pyroxene group is hypasthene. It has chemical composition. It occurs as either magnesium or iron with silicon SiO3. The other common occurring mineral of pyroxene group is augite. It has a complex composition and it is the most abundant pyroxene. So in pyroxene group, the most common occurring minerals are hypasthene and augite. The next group is amphibole group, occurs mainly in metamorphic rocks. The most common occurring mineral in amphibole group is hornblende. It has also a chemical composition and it is the most common occurring amphibole mineral. The other group is mica group. The two commonmost occurring mineral of mica groups are muscovite mica and biotite mica. The chemical composition is given here. Later we will be seeing in detail about this chemical composition. So in this unit, from silicate groups we will study feldspar, next pyroxene. In pyroxene we will study hypasthene and augite. Next amphibole group. In amphibole group we will be studying hornblende, and in mica group we will be seeing muscovite mica and biotite mica. In all these mineral groups, feldspar, pyroxene, amphibole and mica group, they have silicate SiO3, either SiO3 or SiO4 will be the base mineral. So the next chemical mineral, rock forming mineral is oxides. One of the example of the mineral is quartz, which is nothing but an oxide of silicon. The next group is carbonate. Carbonate is nothing but calcium, CaCO3, calcium carbonate. One of the mineral having base chemical as carbonate is calcite. It occurs as a nearly 100% constituent of marbles, occurs as non-crystalline massive material in limestones, stalactite, stalagmite, chalk, etc. are mainly calcium carbonate. The next chemical is sulfate. The mineral gypsum. This sulfate mineral usually occurs as sedimentary deposit. Gypsite is a mixture of gypsum, sand and dirt. So in this unit we will be studying silicate group. In the previous slide we have seen what are the various type of minerals. Under silicate group we will be studying. Here in this slide, from oxides we will be studying quartz, and for carbonates we will be studying calcite, and for sulfates we will be studying gypsum. So here there are two things. What is isomorphism and polymorphism? Before going into the mineral group, we have to understand these basic nomenclatures. So what is isomorphism? Mineral appears to be mixture of two different minerals from the chemical composition point of view, not definite, ranging between two boundary minerals called N members. Here, for example, in the previous slide I have told, in plagioclase feldspars, the chemical composition is not definite. It varies from one mineral to another mineral. All the ranging chemical composition is called plagioclase feldspars. So in isomorphism minerals, they do not have constant chemical composition. It does have a range. So the N members are called, the two boundary minerals are called N members. So in isomorphism, the mineral does not have a definite chemical composition. It only have a range of chemical composition. The next one is polymorphism. Two or more minerals may exhibit distinctly different physical or optical properties in spite of possessing the same chemical composition. Obviously this is because they differ mutually in atomic structure. As mentioned in the previous slides, in alkali feldspars, both mineral orthoclase and microcline have same chemical composition. Potassium, aluminum, Si3O8, both orthoclase and microcline have both same chemical composition, but their physical, chemical and optical properties will be different. This is because how it is arranged atomically. In case of orthoclase, it is arranged in an orthorhombic system, whereas in microcline, it is arranged in monoclinic systems. So polymorphism, when you say two minerals as a polymorphism mineral, it has the same chemical composition but different atomic structure, resulting in different physical, chemical and optical properties. So first we will be seeing feldspar group of minerals. As I told before, the term feldspar does not represent any single mineral. It refers to a group of different minerals which possesses similar chemical composition, atomic structure, physical and optical properties. So feldspar is not an individual mineral. It is the name given to a group of minerals having same chemical composition, atomic structure, physical and optical properties. The chemical composition of feldspar group of minerals. It is basically aluminum silicates of sodium, potassium and calcium. As we have already seen, there are two types of feldspar groups, alkali feldspars and lime feldspars. In alkali feldspars, we have both types. We have two types. One is orthoclase and microcline. As we discussed, these two have same chemical composition but have different atomic structure. One crystallizes in orthorhombic system and the other crystallizes in monoclinic system. So both will have different physical and optical properties. In lime feldspars, also called as plagioclase feldspars, there is isomorphism that exists between albite and anorthite. These alkali feldspars contain more silica than the lime feldspars. Atomic structure. So these feldspar group resemble tectosilicates, that is three-dimensional framework which results in equidimensional growth of a mineral. In this framework, silicon is generally replaced partly by aluminum, thus making aluminum silicates. The other cations, calcium, sodium and potassium, also occur in the framework. Except orthoclase, which belongs to monoclinic system, all other varieties of feldspars crystallize in the triclinic system. Isomorphism. Isomorphism occurs both in alkali and lime feldspars. In alkali feldspars, isomorphous substitution of sodium by potassium give rise to soda orthoclase or soda microcline. As we discussed, isomorphism. The isomorphism minerals doesn't have a definite chemical composition. It does have a range of chemical composition. It occurs in both alkali and lime feldspars. In soda lime feldspars, which are also called plagioclase feldspars, it exhibits between albite and anorthite. As you can see, the albite chemical formula is sodium aluminum Si3O8. This NaSi is replaced by CaAl in anorthite. The sodium and silica is replaced by calcium aluminum, giving rise to the chemical formula calcium aluminum 2 Si2O8. Based on the content of albite and anorthite, the various forms of plagioclase feldspars are given in the table. So the end members, the boundary minerals called end members here are albite and anorthite. In the one end you have albite and the another end you have anorthite. If the mineral contains 90 to 70% albite and 10 to 30% anorthite, it is called olgioclase. Whereas if it contains 70 to 50% albite and 30 to 50% anorthite, it is called andesite. If it contains 15 to 30% albite and 70 to 90% anorthite, it is called labradorite. Similarly, bitovinite and anorthite are the various isomorphic forms of plagioclase feldspars. Polymorphism. As I told, orthoclase and microcline, which crystallize in monoclinic and triclinic system, respectively exhibit dimorphism. These two minerals have the same chemical composition but show different properties. For example, rectangular cleavage and simple twinning are characteristics of orthoclase, whereas microcline exhibits cross-hatched twinning. So with this we will be ending this video and we will be seeing the other properties of feldspar group of minerals in the next class. Thank you.